In this video, I'm giving you the only email you'll ever need to reach out to college baseball coaches for your son and actually get a reply. And I've been able to play 7 years of professional baseball between the St. Louis Cardinals and San Diego Padres. I also spent 3 years at the D1 level at NC State University while studying aerospace engineering. I've also competed in the World Baseball Classic representing Colombia, and I've trained alongside MLB stars like Juan Soto, Fernando Tatis Jr., Manny Machado, Yadier Molina, just to name a few. I've also helped over 200 high school baseball players and families through the recruiting process inside my Mendoza Baseball Academy. And trust me, if you get this wrong, you could disappear in a college coach's inbox, or really your son could disappear. So what is this? This is the email template, and this is coming directly from what I teach inside my Mendoza Baseball Academy for all of my students. So what does this email template do? What does this email sound like? Really, the subject line is going to have your son's name, his positions in city and state, all right? Dear Coach, last name. So these are going to be all input fields. By the way, these squiggly lines, this is going to be something that I teach inside my Mendoza Baseball Academy with the outreach system and strategies for all of my students to efficiently and effectively reach out to these college coaches. This way, that way, we'll click a button and be able to blast out like 30, 40, 50 emails at a given time. Same thing with a personalized sentence. We want to make sure to personalize this email to the specific college coach, not necessarily to the university. That is something that I see a lot of my current students mess up, and that's where I'm able to help them, proofread these rough drafts before we send them out to college coaches. And by the way, for all of my students that do join into the academy, the parents' involvement is very minimal. Like, as far as proofreading, that's something that the parents are not needed in. That's something that I do to ensure that all of my students sound like a baseball player, which I'll hit on here in a second. But I hope this email finds you well. My name is Evan Mendoza, and I'm a 2024 from Florida, interested in NC State's baseball program. I'm reaching out to provide you with some key information with some GPAs, grad year positions, travel ball, high school, fastball velocity, exit velocity, 60. You get the idea. We want this to be clean cut, efficient for these college coaches, because you don't want your son's email to be lost in these college coaches' inbox. All right, again, we're going to be efficient. We're also going to be able to reflect on who we are, because that is a skill in baseball, to understand what we bring to the table and where we're limited in. So in my own words, this is again where a lot of my students will mess up, and it is important to understand how to go about this, right? So an example is, I'm mostly known for my gloves, smart and quick decisions on the base path, and executing offensive strategies effectively. So this is going to be a quick little roundup on who you are as a baseball player, right? So again, with all my students, you'll be able to have access to some comments on how to go about this process effectively. You'll also be able to have this how-to video on how exactly to use this in conjunction with the outreach system that I teach with all of my students. So here's some links for your reference, because it is important to just showcase who we are. Again, like a perfect game link, that would be great. A 30-second highlight video to who we are. Again, we're editing that video in an efficient way for these college coaches. And I've seen it so many times, not only players that join in to my academy, but also players that just want me to watch any film of theirs. They don't take the initiative to edit this video down to the core areas of what they bring to the table. They have a game changer video that's uncut, it's raw, it's 3 minutes long. I click out of those videos within 1 second. 1 second. That's me. College coaches might click out after 2 seconds. But ultimately, we want to also link social media, because we have nothing to hide. We ultimately want to show these college coaches we are aligned with their university and how we are branding ourselves on social media and how we're using these tools to help us get that college commitment one day. Thank you for your time. I look forward to the possibility of developing my skills at NC State. Best regards, with a profile picture, contact information, and signature. And that's about it. So a couple of frequently asked questions. Does this work for other sports? Technically, yes, but I'm going to say no, because again, when we're going up here and we're talking about, in my own words, we're talking about 60 time. 60 time is not applicable for football or basketball or anything else. Travel ball, fastball velocity, yes, we can change this up a little bit. For the most part, yes, it can work for other sports, but how we have built this out is specifically for high school baseball players who are on varsity. They're above the competition as far as their abilities to play D1 baseball or any division level of college baseball. And then real quick, if you do want this email template, you can download it down below in the description. And if you want your son to develop his skills, get noticed, and use the outreach systems that I teach my students currently inside my Mendoza Baseball Academy, you can book a call, again, down below in the description as well.